Hi everyone, it's Jen here. I'm doing a reading for the full moon in Taurus, and that is November 8th, and it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. The energy this month is really transformative. Of course, we are in Scorpio season until the 23rd, or somewhere right around there. I always forget. I think it is the 23rd, though. Let me look at my handy dandy little thing here. Oh my god, I'm old. I can't see. Yes. No. Oh, the 21st. Anyway, I think. Yeah, November 21st. On the 23rd, new moon in Sag, and Jupiter goes direct. And there's a whole bunch of shit going on with Mars that I don't even remember. I'm very focused on these moons and what will happen, and then that fixed energy and that big release coming with that full moon, whoops, then propels us out of that darkness and moves us forward in surprising, wonderful ways. I'm sort of delighted, I guess. I'm delighted. I'm delighted with the energy. Okay, that is not something I'd normally say. That's funny. 8 of Cups. Yeah, letting go, walking away. This is a bit of a mini death card. You realize when it's time to let go, and also though allow something new to come in. And it sort of depends on in what this particular situation, whatever it is for you. Are you going to be a glass half full or a glass half empty person? I think we all have a tendency towards one or the other, but we always get to choose in every single situation how we're viewing it, our perspective. What's that noise? It's super windy out, and it's cool, but it's also a little, the moon, a little creepy. And we have a lot of moon energy. Well, it's not creepy, it's just because you can't see as well, I think, and shadows are weird. I think your other heights are senses. Your other senses are heightened. And so you just experience the world differently. And so it's really windy and it's still dark out. I'm doing this on Sunday morning after the time change, which I actually like the time it is now. So I'm up seemingly earlier than usual. I don't know. It's almost, maybe you'll find yourself sitting outside with a glass of wine or something, just sort of sitting. And something just comes to you. It just comes to you, a realization like, I can't continue in this job. I can't continue in this relationship. I can't continue drinking this wine. I can't continue worrying about this, hanging on to this, limiting myself, allowing negative thoughts to control me. I'm hearing numbing the pain. So it feels like, yeah, that's where that release, we're getting down really deep into the murky bottom with Scorpio, just the sun being in Scorpio. And then to have this lunar eclipse, this full moon in another fixed sign, what's super deep rooted in you? What are you really stubborn about? And I'm not saying ever to lower your standards, but just to be mindful of the energy that we are bringing forward with us from past experiences. Okay, so what I plan to do um, is have 4 piles and not assign them like an element like I sometimes do, but just have 4 different stories going here. So I'm using the steampunk tarot as that dark, murky depths. Like, what do we most want, or what are we hanging on to that needs to go the most? What's sort of um, what might be lurking in there that we don't realize is on our minds, as much as it is, at least. And then we'll build from there. So whatever one you're drawn to, wow, the Magician. You want to manifest, you want to create a different life or mold your life into something bigger or better. What I'm hearing right off is make sure you're measuring your life by the things that are important, um, meaning your health and happiness, your relationships, your spiritual journey, in the sense that valuing your mental and emotional health is more important than pushing yourself into a job for money, for example. And I'm not, you do, I know that probably sounds judgy of me. I don't mean it that way. That's just the message I'm getting, that someone is tossing those ideas around in their head. And, some people thrive on it, but if it's the type of pressure that is motivating, you might be like, man, this is hard, but you wouldn't be having such a struggle deep down with, trying to justify something either way. Yeah, it's like you're I don't know if there are 2 options I'm getting now for this group, and it almost seems though like neither of them are exactly right. Now, of course, there's always going to have to be some sort of compromise, but not your standards. And I almost see you saying, like, if I could take pieces of this and pieces of that and pieces of that and put them all together. Maybe you're talking about like old boyfriends or girlfriends or significant others. And well, if I could take that from this one or this from that person, or not even just people in general. So I don't know if someone was kind of joking about something on a similar vein or not. But for this to be like what's lurking in the depths of your psyche or whatever, um, to me, it feels like there's a lot more to reveal. Like he could open that cloak and it could have a bright red inside or something. I don't know. Um, Nothing pervy, just revealing something. Like you have something more to reveal. Okay, I'm not sure what this message is. There's something. I'm not getting that it's bad. Um, but there's something to be revealed. I mean, in some cases it could be really amazing, like you find out your significant other, that you guys are in love, you're going to get married, that they're loaded or something. Sounds like I've been watching too many romantic comedies or something. But or they inherited some money. I don't know why it seems focused around money. I don't know. Okay, let's keep reading this group. Queen of Cups. So really feeling in the Scorpio energy, um, but handling it. The Queen of Cups, this is a mature energy, but this is that person sitting on their back deck drinking that glass of wine and doing the deep fucking dive, the deep thinking, trying to make some profound decisions that are so significant in your life that they make you have to rethink almost everything. I almost see her though, like, yep, we'll see you then, or toasting goodbye to something, kind of the way it would be. Now I'm kind of getting the energy of both my best friend and I both have like our dream homes in our 30s and late 30s, probably, I would say. And for different reasons, we both ended up moving and having to sell our homes and going into a downgrade, which I love my house now. It's really, I wish I could take this house and put it back where my other house was. So I'm not, I hope it doesn't sound ungrateful. Like, I'm super happy, but it wasn't even the structure. It was the setting, and it felt like home. And where I live now literally is a piece of property my parents gave me of the land I grew up on. So I'm literally living somewhere. And I mean, it feels like home, but not as much as my old place. There was just something about it. Um, and we've all had to move on from things, not just because it was time to go for whatever reason. And so I see a bit of a ceremony, or in the sense that, yeah, you might do a little toast to someone, or you take a moment, you take a minute to reminisce, to breathe it all in. So some of you, it could be like a childhood home that's being sold, or a camp, or you know something that maybe even is nostalgic. Or I'm getting Six of Cups energy, which, if you don't know how to read tarot, you're like, what the fuck does that mean, Jen? It's sweetness, it's childhood, it's those memories. I feel like childhood memories for me have taken on. Here we go with movies again, but in movies they do that flashback of childhood memories, and it's always a little bit like the camera's a teeny bit shaky, and it's kind of foggy a little bit, and I don't know, but it seems almost magical at the same time. Maybe you're seeing old movies, maybe you're going through something. Well, yeah, figuratively you're going through it, or you're going through things. If you did have to sell like an old camp, or a house or something, where if it was a parent's house, maybe you still had a bunch of shit there and they had a bunch of shit there, and so, but maybe you found your box of shit and you're going through it. I don't know. Could be none or all of those things. Four of Pentacles. This is a very Taurus energy to me. This is very Scorpio. This is very fire energy to me. So if you were looking for signs, it's just kind of working its way out. It's going to be fire, water, earth. And I want to see what this one is. Fucking air. No shit. I love it. That's fantastic. Communication. I have something to say. We have to talk. You're going to be texting. um, there's going to be communication. So the air signs are the fire and air are ready to go. So is water. Earth, I just I just heard somehow Earth is profiting off of this, and I have no idea what that means. Some of you are really taking advantage of the interest rates and saving money, is what I'm getting. Do I want to use these giant cards? I don't. I'm not going to. You can't make me. All right. Let's keep going. I feel like these stories are going to build. These kind of came out of the gate. So we'll just let them evolve as they do. Hearing the song Directions. So it's some of you may be thinking, and it goes to the west, to the north, to the east, to the south, whatever. So you may be looking. Some of you, this is a general message, may be looking to move, maybe looking, geography, southeast part of town. Where do you want to move? Where do you want to live? Which direction? Make sure if you're going hiking or on a trip that you've studied where you're going enough and maybe even written something down, or like you're not just going to blindly wait for your GPS to do it, because or your phone. If this is, well, any sort of directions, I don't know. Maybe the tracking of a storm, like if you live in the southeast US, is coming up. Tracking something, following something. Maybe you're waiting for something to come and you've been counting the days. We also have Election Day in the US at this time on the 8th. Oh, wow. We have the Magician. So, manifesting. This is an extra nod over here to the fire signs, but to all, reminding everyone, and you don't have to follow the signs. That just sort of came up. You can go with whatever pile you were drawn to, or messages, little bits from all of them could apply. It's like you have to let go, and this is that whole energy going on to be able to manifest what you want. You have to let go of something. Ace of Cups. You have to open your heart. Fire signs. You have to open and be willing to give and share your heart. That's what's holding you back from manifesting. And you can either see, remember I talked about how he's cloaked, right? And what's under that cloak? Don't be dirty. And what if they were to open their cloak and this is what you saw? That here's my heart. I will show my feelings. So fire signs or people, that are drawn to this, I would say you're going to need to open your heart, but I think you need to let go of something to be able to do that. What's going on over here with water or group 2? 5 of Wands. I did notice it was in the reverse. So I would say no longer allowing, either walking away from a situation where there was just a lot of um, fighting or competition or stress, or I don't know, even just where you have that one person that always has to just, it's like, yes, it's good for someone to play devil's advocate and to hear different perspectives, but this wasn't, this was rarely productive. This is one of those people that just like a troll, but in your office or in your in your in your world that you have to deal with regularly, that you're just saying goodbye. Could be in a relationship, like I don't want to fight, and it seems like that person just always wants to get into it, so you're pulling away. Yeah. Mhm. It's just, this has become the relationship dynamic has become fighting and bickering and trying to prove someone's right or someone's wrong. Like someone just always wants to get into it. Be wary of that. Ace of Swords. Getting really clear. So this group down here is really conscious on the earth things, okay? On money, loans, housing, how to manage something, what's most important. I just realized we have these, look at, oh, of course, things are really from these fixed, I'm digressing a little, or jumping topics, I guess. Um, So we're in Scorpio, sun's in Scorpio, that full moon's going to be in Taurus, these fixed signs. And then the new moon in Sag and Jupiter going direct is expansion and positivity and optimism and uh, wide-eyed, fool type, yeah, let's go for it energy. So you can see why now we have the Magician twice, which is basically all four aces together. Just, yes, let's start. Now we have the Ace of Cups. Now we have the Ace of Swords. So moving forward. But this earth energy is still earth. It's still, likes to be cautious and take it slow. But there's a whole fresh perspective and almost energy, energizing them to put their mind to it. And so once you put your mind to something, it almost takes on a life of its own and becomes something, um, becomes a thing. Something's going to become a thing. Yep. Determination to move forward. What are you? Oh no. So this is another five. So we have two aces here. This also was in reverse. So yeah, cutting off, blocking, deleting, um, no more stalking, no more texting, letting go of a relationship that didn't work out. And they seem a little pissed, like I've had enough. So it may be someone who like doesn't want a commitment with you, but keeps what's that called? I don't know what you kids call it. Breadcrumbing, or hot and cold, hot and cold. And I can see some of you going through your phone and just going delete, block, 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 getting rid of, not following them on social media and stuff like that, and just being ready to cut with that Eight of Cups too, ready to cut something off. lots of moving on. So here's do I want to use this? No, let's use this because it's Scorpio season. So let's use my racy deck. Because I'm feeling a lot of like sexual tension too. It doesn't, I mean, that's not going to be for everyone, but it seems definitely relationship, but even a work relationship. All right, I'm going to stop trying to. But for some of you, it's definitely fire, I can see especially. And over here, this could be more work, the Queen and the Five of Cups. Doesn't have to be. This could be more romantic. This is, I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Why is that one? Let's take that one. I don't want to look at it, but that one was the wrong way. It flipped to the other. This one. All right, what's on the bottom of this? Wow. Empress. Beautiful. Feeling beautiful. People seeing you as very attractive. But don't be fooled by this Empress's beauty. They are fierce, I'm hearing. They're the whole package. I'm trying to. Someone may. Oh, it's justice. What am I saying? I was seeing that as the Empress, and for some reason, I got totally like my brain was like, no, what are you like? Why are we not? And now I realize I have the wrong card. I swear she looks like that in this deck. Anyway, okay, now I'm getting it. I it was like, no, shut up, stop talking. The Justice card. You can see in this deck, it's the 8 major arcana. So sometimes they flip these, the Strength card and the Justice card, and this is one of those decks. So we have the 8, right? The 8, the full moon coming in. But this is balance. Yeah, things definitely have been out of balance. They've been way tipped towards, to me, the more stressful, the extremes, definitely leaning the opposite way of positive. Definitely have been more stressful. The energy's been tough. Like, oh, I don't know why I was going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Just things have seemed harder, like you're walking through water. It's just, it feels there's more resistance. But that is, I talked about this in another reading, how kids often, when they're going to make a leap to a new milestone, they can sort of revert back. They seem to regress, I think is the word. And you're kind of like, oh my God, what's going on? And then all of a sudden they just get propelled forward, kind of like a slingshot. To get that momentum, you're being pulled back, or an arrow even. And then that's what this lunar eclipse, especially this time period between the 8th and then the Sagittarius the 23rd, maybe if you're still being held back, not everyone will. Some people may be able to rush right forward. It's going to depend on what's going on with you. Like these two have the aces ready to go. These two maybe have a little bit of processing time, or time that, like if you give your 2 weeks notice, you have to wait the 2 weeks, but like that slingshot is just back, just ready to be propelled forward. I like it. But that's going to bring back balance. I'm hearing there might be an overcorrection. The world, wow. This is crazy. Fire signs, buckle up, Buttercup, because we are in for a ride. Or whoever, if you're resonating with this pile, don't go by anything but your intuition. Wrapping things up, a whole new phase is coming in, and this phase looks, it's really, it has the seeds of a dream of yours in it. So you may be in a relationship and you think I didn't know this was possible for me. But that's going to scare the shit out of you. So you have to make sure that you don't sabotage it, right? That you open your heart and let this person in. So you have to let go. You have to let something, oh, fuck. You have to let something, wrap something up with the world in order to get, for these two energies to come together. Wow. That is beautiful. That is amazing. Yeah, someone's gonna, I just heard, offer you the world, give you the world. I don't know what that means. That seems a little bit much. Um, it's a different connection. You both may be motivated by the same thing. You have a, what it is it's an energetic match. It's and meaning you want to be around the same type of vibe, you want to give out the same type of vibe. It's a more spiritual connection and emotional connection. Um, there's just, you can communicate without even really, talking to each other, just with it's different. What I'm feeling like when you were younger or previously, if you're young, it was all about, are they cute? What will other people think? Are they going to have, a job that I think? What kind of car? Very superficial. Um, or just realizing that the things you thought were important um, is not what makes a good relationship. You know, being, having super hot, passionate sex, that's fantastic. But that doesn't tend to maintain the same level of passion, right? So there better be something else in there to keep you together. And I think things are actually, you realize just how hot and passionate it is when you've allowed things to kind of work the other direction. Like you really got to know someone first, and then some, I mean, it could be someone, okay, that maybe was attached or you were attached. And I'm not saying there was any cheating going on. And this is just for, maybe no one, but just a few. You knew this person or were friends, and then one of you is all of a sudden free. But in general, this is you doing the inner work to be able to understand what you did before, how the relationships were, how your actions were. This could be starting a new business that's you love, something from the heart. But this is a whole new phase in life coming in, and I'm not surprised. This energy feels very significant to me and transformative, as I said. Because remember, we have the death card just all over this time period because of Scorpio season. In any way that we're going to feel that, and it is extra highlighted by this Taurus full moon eclipse. Oh, yeah, Three of Swords. She's like, fucking see ya. Um, here's to you, asshole. It's almost like, okay, here's my rom-com idealistic movie thing. Not idealistic, but stereotypical maybe. Like, you felt like no matter what you did, you couldn't make this person happy, but you put up with so much and then they fucking cheated on you anyway. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, are you kidding me with what you put me through and all this stuff, and then you're going to fucking cheat on me? But that's the way these type of people are. They don't they don't get it. They don't it's if you're not a inherently selfish person, well, I don't think anyone who's selfish thinks they're selfish. I don't know. I can definitely see times I'm being selfish. Um, anyway, maybe they came from a background with family, and the dynamic was one of competition, and like there was no "I've got your back" unconditional love type. And then they recreate that. Now, when we're adults, we have a duty to, grow up and stop being assholes. But some people just don't get the memo. Um, yeah. So, or if this is a job, because this felt more job related, yeah, maybe they said they're going to give you. They're just not coming through with their word. They're saying one thing and doing another. You just don't like the vibe. You don't like I feel like there's a lack of transparency. And you're just like, see ya, I'm not going down with the ship. Yeah. Fucking double Four of Pentacles. Excuse my language, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, for this energy or the earth energy, or whoever is drawn to this, this is all about boundaries. Um, you're rethinking something, and there's something new dawned on you, um, that I almost see you. Oh my God, it's so hard because these Four of Pentacles are two very stuck cards, very, very stuck cards. Um, just I'm saving money. I mean, maybe if you live with someone, it's like, yeah, and I'm able to save all this money because I'm not paying for the mortgage. It's almost like you've convinced yourself. Okay, the vibe I'm getting off this card, not what the picture is you looking at this person maybe when they're sleeping, or just thinking about them. Maybe you two have been out on your back deck with a drink, sort of, what all of a sudden makes us stop and think, I need to make a big change here. I've been stuck in this routine or this mindset. I've Lots of times in relationships, we talk ourselves, I don't know, we talk ourselves into it being okay. And even that, when on some level we know it's not. And what makes us all of a sudden realize, hey, I need to end this. I need to have a conversation about this that could end this. I need to realize I can survive just fine without that. I'll just have to make an adjustment. Um, so yeah, it's like you're doing math, you're figuring things out. But this shift in perspective with this Ace of Swords, you have to shift your mindset. You have to be ready to let go to manifest something better. It wasn't. This is not balanced. It's an unbalanced relationship. So maybe you feel like you are making more sacrifices, or you're it can be so hard if someone is a nice person. Just because someone's a nice person doesn't mean they're should be a match for you. Okay, what's over here? Yeah, Eight of Cups. Totally. This is saying goodbye to the Five and the Eight of Cups. Although she's the energy for this is like, I'm cutting you off. And I think it's warranted. I think it's justified. But there's still some healing and you have to actively, well, this person like is just freezing someone out. Oh my God. This moth just came buzzing. Now it's flying around my lights, buzzing at my head and scared the crap out of me. So look up moth energy. I wonder what moths, because I feel like that was, why not? Let's take it as a moth metaphysical meaning. Moths are commonly associated with a few central themes: change, transformation. Are you fucking kidding me? Endings, death, and even the mystery of the night. So that's from Dawn Bauman Berkey. Brunke. Brunke. Didn't I say death was over this whole, because of Scorpio, this whole reading, this transformation? Yeah, so got to transform that sadness and resentment and, cut this energy off, but eventually you have to move over to this fire and warm up and open your heart again, okay? Let's get which deck? I want to pull up more cards because I'm liking this. We'll save that. Let's do this. Do I want this though? Why do I not know if I want this? Okay. I'm going to go to my crystal visions. I don't know. I would like to keep looking at like the emotional energy that's coming in. Oh, I don't know which one. I'm going to do that. I'm not sure about that. Okay, that feels better. And that will be happening to you at this time. You will be feeling, allow your feelings to, I don't know, guide you in the sense that if we're mad that we just pop off or something, but more your intuition, your gut. What's going on here? King of Pentacles. Yeah, so the King of Pentacles knows how to release. They're mature enough. They've learned how to let go, how to release things, and still grow and move forward. That earth stubbornness, they can live with people now because they're just not so freaking stubborn. It's hard to live with someone that's really, really stubborn. So that may be something that's happening. Someone's like overly stuck or stubborn on something, or you may be getting over that. And it may not be how you are in every area of your life. It just could be like one specific thing that someone's super stubborn about, but it's causing, um, it might be a deal breaker. Page of Swords. I want to see what this one is. Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So you're going to be communicating definitely with this new romantic partner. Um, with some new partner, opening your heart, sharing your creativity, starting something online, um, speaking your truth, being more authentic, sharing something personal or sensitive or vulnerable, whatever that may be, and that becoming sort of your superpower. Embracing all aspects of ourselves. Seven of Wands. So for the people who are channeling this Queen of Cups and saying, fucking see ya, you don't have to over explain. This energy, this Five of Wands and this Three of Swords energy is going to, even though they're an asshole and it sure as hell doesn't seem like they want you, if they're pulling all this bullshit, will not want you to go. And this is, I'm leaving, blocking, and deleting. Like, you do not need to manage that person's reactions. And in fact, I think that's part of what the codependent dynamic of that relationship was. And they made you, and you took on them being responsible for their actions when they wouldn't get their own way. It's like they're giant toddlers. So you are just saying, see ya. I don't owe you anything, actually. And I'm not, you will not have access to me if you don't know, if you can't treat me appropriately, if you can't have a mature conversation, if you can't handle yourself like a grown ass adult, then you don't have access to me. Love it. Two of Wands. Yeah, there is a bit of a decision of what way to go with this stuck sort of earth energy over here. The new ideas are here. You're speaking your truth with this Eight of Swords, but you are still trying to figure out what things are worth putting your energy into, and what. Yeah, it's almost like you have options. You have options. Maybe if this is a relationship, there are people out there that you've maintained contact with, or at least have never left your mind, but you're not sure how to proceed. And I think it's okay to be in this ace and two, everything's moving forward, but this is earth energy. You're not going to catapult forward. Your catapult just came back a little bit, and it popped you over that challenge that was keeping you stuck. But you do need maybe your time to adjust and think and figure out how you're going to move forward. And that's fine, right? Everyone's going to have their own pace. And this, yeah, I think this group, which kind of is like air energy, but can be for anyone, you've been through it. This could be a situation where you got dumped, but then you got back together, and then you dumped them, or vice versa. Um, but there's someone's being frozen out. Someone finally cut the ties, got a different perspective, and damned if there's not someone new showing up. And look at, there's that full moon. So I think you're going to be pissed that you meet someone, or this new opportunity comes when in your brain you were like, I'm done. I'm completely done. Um, but this warms you back up, I think, right? Look at how cold and that Knight of Swords is, and this Page of Cups comes and warms them back up with their light. So there's this new opportunity, or this new person coming in, um, that makes you feel all funny inside. Okay, I got my new expansion pack for the Spacious Tarot. Is this really 51 minutes? Holy crap. And I'm just going to put, oh, okay, I guess that one's going there. I didn't even pay attention that that fell. So I'm just going to, these have the elements, and then the signs, the zodiac signs, and then a couple of like energy focus cards. So let's just grab one for each pile. That one. I want that one for the bottom. That one. No. Okay. So the overall energy is Libra, which is interesting. And we'll just put that with the other Libra card, because we had the Justice card come out. So balance. But boy, look at all the, it's really a transformative card. Look at all the butterflies, the migration, right? The beginning of fall, I guess, right? So an equinox. All right, what did more this more fiery energy over here got? Cancer. Opening up your heart, could be a Cancerian coming in, could be that time of year, could just be that cardinal reinforcing this Ace of Cups, this cardinal water energy, this ready to move forward your emotions in a new direction. Leo. So what is Leo energy? Leo energy, it's a fixed fire sign, but fire signs are passion and enthusiasm and action oriented and motivated, and things like that. But in their immature state, they can be um, impulsive and, go all in, but not be able to maintain. Like if there was a running race, they would start out at their maximum sprint, but then they would fade because they wouldn't be able to maintain it. Leo is a more mature sign, is able to, so that passion is there, okay, with the new relationship or whatever new you're bringing in. But so the passion's there, but it is maintainable. It's sustainable. It's not this, I don't know this person, but I'm so attracted to them. They must be amazing. And then it just doesn't stand the test of time. Ooh, beautiful. I don't think you can probably see. I don't know if you can appreciate the colors. It's beautiful. Sunrise. Um, yeah, so saying goodbye to toxic attachments and saying hello to something that's more stable. It's stimulating, it's exciting, but it's sustainable. So this more earthy energy, or this pile, we have fucking Taurus, of course, because I love this, because we have Taurus all over this this section, huh? So really significant for Taurus people, especially, obviously. And for this more air energy, we have an air sign. We have Gemini, the twins, um, balance, two sides of things. This is interesting. It's a nod almost to seeing a white feather. Um, there's something about this new connection for this group that I don't know if someone was predictive, or they say something. They bring up something you had just been talking about with someone, like a parent, or I don't know, something kind of something meaningful, or something that just makes you stop and go, "Whoa!" Like I feel like we I don't know. It creates this connection, this or this awareness, and you're like, "Huh, yes, that's a soul connection. That's what that is." So you will have that when you meet this person. That's why they will help melt you if you've been kind of closed off and had enough of it. You know what's funny is, remember, I wasn't sure which side those cards. I almost feel like these should be switched. So I don't know if the water and the fire here, both of these readings, these piles, I mean, all the energies kind of, I mean, again, we're all under a Scorpio, um, could be reversed, or these stories are intertwined. Okay, that's a long ass reading. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. If you would like, share, and subscribe, I would sure appreciate it. Take care. Bye.